Welcome back for some more ridiculous ravings. The 90s brought us countless television gems over the decade, and some have evidently stuck with many over the years, myself included. For this list, I will be talking about my top 11 animated shows that had their debut prior to 1999, as I will be doing that year alone at a later date. Without further ado, let's get nostalgic, shall we? 11. Johnny Bravo. Johnny is a thirsty bastard who will flirt with nearly anything that moves, only to somehow be harmed in the process. He's extremely full of himself and has absolutely no concept of boundaries. It doesn't exactly sound like the most amazing premise in the world, but it makes for an entertaining show that manages to crack me up at some point during every episode. Having a respectable 4 seasons, this is one of my Cartoon Network favorites I will probably always revisit. Also, if you haven't seen Bravo Dooby Doo, do yourself a favor and check that shit out. 10. Rugrats. Pretty much everything Rugrats related is great. I love the movies, I love the All Grown Up spin-off, I love the talented voice cast. Although it is largely imaginative baby fantasies being played out, this show didn't shy away from adding some adult jokes and mature themes one might not expect. If you are a poor unfortunate soul who hasn't seen Rugrats, it is more than worth the effort just for the characters alone. I approve of this show being chosen for a reboot. It is a classic. 9. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage doesn't get enough credit for how great he really is. Yeah, he is cowardly, but to me that makes him even more impressive. He is terrified, but he does everything to save his owners anyway, and Eustace isn't even nice to him, and I am frequently irked by that. This show was imaginative, action packed, and had unique designs for the monsters that scared the crap out of children everywhere during its 4 season run. 8. Freaky Stories. Yay, a kick ass Canadian show. This show genuinely has some scary stories peppered throughout the series. Some could be made into full length horror movies and be top tier. Depending on the narration style, the animation will change to suit the mood, and I always enjoyed that little detail. The show is hosted out of a diner by a cockroach and a maggot, and the addition is perfectly genius. I highly recommend this show for anyone that happens to like creepy absurdity, hilariously told and quickly to the point. 7. Bob and Margaret. This is an offensively overlooked show. Rarely does someone even know what I'm talking about with this one. Both title characters are hilarious, and the show itself has more seriousness than most animated comedies. We follow the fishes through their seemingly mundane, normal lives. When the show begins, it seems very lame and tame, but it quickly reveals its raunchy style of humor that is subtly added. It was the highest rated Canadian made animated series when it aired in December of 1998, and that right there is more than enough reason to give it a try. 6. Arthur. Arthur is wholesome, educational, and deals with a wide variety of issues. I think it is fair to say that nobody saw 25 seasons coming, but it is impressive, even if the later seasons can be rather short. The episode plots have extreme variety, dealing with a vast selection of characters who are all lovable in their own way. From the friend circle pulling together to help Buster study so he doesn't have to go to summer school, to the Reed children helping their grandfather fix up the family farm. There's always that extra down to earth quality that leaves you feeling good about what you just watched. 5. South Park. There is a reason this show has been on for so long. They managed to stay with the times and come out with time relevant episodes in impressively rapid succession. The main and even secondary characters are all unique and compelling. You really never know what antics they will be up to next. If you enjoy raunchy, politically incorrect humor, I strongly suggest giving the show a watch. But I will say it is certainly not for the faint of heart, and I know many who will simply not give it a chance. Sucks to suck. More Cartman, Kyle, Stan, and Kenny for the rest of us. 4. The Powerpuff Girls. Is it even possible to pick a favorite Powerpuff Girl? They are an amazing trio, and watching them beat the shit out of their adversaries never gets tiresome. The lineup of villains the show features is unique to say the least, and part of what keeps me coming back to the show time and time again. I have absolutely no complaints when it comes to this show. The series, the movies, the reboot, and the voice cast are all flawless, and the reasons the Powerpuff Girls remains one of my top recommended shows of all time. If you feel like treating yourself this holiday season, check out The Flight Before Christmas. You won't regret it. 3. Hey Arnold. Now this is a rarity. I enjoyed Hey Arnold much more as an adult. Arnold is actually a decent human being and does his best for anybody. And even though he is clearly suffering from grief, he doesn't allow himself to become pessimistic and chooses to look on the bright side because, as he says, someone has to. This show doesn't shy away from showing some harsh realities, such as pollution, neglect, and loss. I wouldn't consider this to be an overly cheery show by any means, but it possesses many realistic qualities that speaks to a wide range of viewers. I recommend getting the Ultimate Collection box set since it includes the entire series and both movies. Legitimate 10 out of 10 purchase. 2. Recess. In a perfect world, we would all have friends as loyal as the Recess Gang. I always appreciated how different every main character was and how they all benefited from having different strengths. They are all ridiculously supportive of each other, which can be seen many times throughout the series. But one detail that caught my attention was during the episode Spinelli competes in a beauty pageant, and we see the other five friends in the audience wearing Team Spinelli shirts. The planning and purchase, plus all the effort they put into helping her get ready, is an insane amount of commitment that I'm sure even Miss Finster would be impressed by. If you feel compelled to watch the gang enjoy their recess, I am happy to say the entirety is on Disney Plus. 1. King of the Hill. Every episode is genius from start to finish, full stop. The characters are also well written and have impeccable voice actors that portray their role flawlessly. Although I can see why many might think it is a tad bit lackluster compared to other more outlandish animated comedies, I have zero complaints about how realistic many of the situations are. It does an excellent job connecting with the audience, and I can't help but notice that the average person who enjoys King of the Hill really enjoys King of the Hill. It had an impressive 13 seasons, but in all seriousness, I could watch Hank's flat ass go on about Lady Propane for 13 more. Don't you just love 90s nostalgia? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you missed out on any of the shows on this list, be sure to rectify that situation. TTFN, ta ta for now.